Hey, what's up, guys? Wanted to make a quick video about the Andromeda Vista FPV that I got. Uh, got it about 3 days ago. First day it was fine, everything flew fine. It was cool. Second day, was the first day I took it out in front of my house, which is really close to my Wi-Fi router. It's over here. So the first day I discovered that the Vista is very susceptible to Wi-Fi interference. So I want to test it out, you know, with low throttle. If you're on a lot of Wi-Fi, because it'll get stuck in whatever the controller's in at the time. When it loses signal, it'll stay with that amount of throttle and angle until the connection's made between the two again. So if you're midair, tilted forward, and you live in front of a busy street, this will drift into the street until the signal is made again, and don't want that to happen. Second of all, other thing I noticed was that the shafts on this they're really weak. So the shaft for the prop. So how I found that out about the signal was, I was in front of my house and I lost signal, and I ran into something and started having flying issues, and it's because one of my the shafts of one of my props bent. So if you plan on buying this, you might want to consider buying some extra prop shafts. They're really inexpensive, like $3 for a pack or something like that. So that's another thing. Second thing is, if you do try to pair this, you connect the battery and you turn your controller on, and it's not binding, or there's like intermittent binding where it'll blink fast like it's binded, and then it'll blink slow like it's searching again. I found that would only happen to me again like right around my immediate Wi-Fi area, where my router's at. So I took it outside, and then it was able to bind right away. And then lastly, and the most important one that I've seen a lot of people are having issues with, just like I did. I was really frustrated. I was about to give up on it, about to return it, and I found a post on Reddit with the answer. So I'm going to share that with everybody. I was binding, but the Andromeda was not responding to the throttle. It was obviously blinking fast, so I knew that it was binded. I would check it via the video button or the flight mode, and the Vista would blink corresponding with like it's actually connected to the controller. So I knew that it was connected, but when I hit the throttle, it was not responding. So what I read on Reddit was, somebody was saying that since this is such a new thing and there's not a lot of support for it yet, not a lot of user experience yet, we'll start finding things out about it. And one of the things this thing does is it'll kind of like save. It has like a memory in there. So like, kind of explain it better is, I was flying, and I trimmed it all the way down. Even though the Vista was still flying, I trimmed it to the furthest point it could go, and I shut it off like that. And for some reason, if you do that, you shut it off, you set the throttle back down, and then you shut it off, it'll get stuck like in zero throttle. So even if this was binding, and I flipped this all the way up, it was like, oh, you have the trim all the way down. So all I did was held this until I went all the way to the top level trim. I pressed it as far as it went, and then I pressed it down a couple times, and boom, voila, it was able to fly again. So I spent like 4 hours, changing the battery here, recharging, letting it chill for a while, connecting it. It was still not responding. So there's no reset for it. I had to do it with the trim, and then it started responding again. So I hope that helps some people. I was frustrated, and I hope it helps.